Good evening and welcome. I'm Selena Mead with the Vsb Tv 11 Evening News on this Monday, May the 12th. Our top story tonight, the Bermuda police have taken a reactive rather than proactive stance in the 10-day-old disappearance of Canadian visitor William Bill Grange. Inspector Mark Clark says the search, however, is by no means over.
We're more responding to calls for service, to possible sightings, to potential information streams that may come in to actually explore. What it means is that the officers that are actually here on duty will be responding to calls. What it means is that the Marine section will continue to actually actively search the shorelines and any possible areas above and below just to see what we haven't covered, what's done, we haven't unturned. What it means is that we can no longer have the reliability of, say, having 62 to 80 people out a night. It doesn't mean that we have actually stopped looking for them. It's not because of the lack of effort. It's not because of the lack of desire. It is just that at some stage at day 10, we cannot sustain the level of responsive numbers that we've had.
Bill Grange's son, John, commented on his mother's state as the search by volunteers continues.
My mom's devastated. She's having a rough time, but you know what? She's out there right now looking. And what gives her strength are the multitudes of Bermudians that are out there looking with her.
A 24-year-old woman appeared in magistrate's court on charges of an alleged confrontation with Bermuda Customs officer at the L.F. Wade International Airport. Solisha Mackenzie Simons pleaded not guilty to failing to comply with directions given by a customs officer who suspected that she was in possession of items that she had not declared to customs. She was further charged with obstructing a customs officer, escaping lawful custody, and assaulting police officers. She pleaded not guilty to all charges. The defendant was released on $2,000 bail and will reappear in August for trial. In politics, opposition parliamentarian Kim Wilson made an eloquent appeal to female members of the One Bermuda Alliance caucus to search their consciences on Friday night when the Jetgate controversy reared its head again on the motion to adjourn.
Now, I believe that we are surrounded by mothers and women of integrity in this chamber. My very first summer job at 19, I was employed at the hospital, and I worked directly in the office of MP Jean Atherton. She was my boss. I've also had an opportunity to work with her in the Senate, and I could see firsthand her experience, her intellect, her compassion, and her commitment and honesty. Minister Pat Pamplin, I've known her since the late 80s. I know she is a very strong woman of faith. A very committed mother, as are all these women. I can also speak the same for MP Susan Jackson. Look at her lineage, her bloodline, her mother and her father both. Again, no question, women of integrity. And I can also say the same for my personal knowledge with respect to MP Suzanne Roberts-Holzhauser. That said, I am personally employing my fellow female legislators to set an example and ask some serious internal questions within the caucus of the OBA. The circumstances of Jetgate and the inconsistencies which I have outlined and the referrals that I've mentioned insofar as the refusal to provide answers to questions, etc., need to be challenged. And I'm imploring my female colleagues to do just that.
As befits the celebration of Nurses Day, the Bermuda Nurses Association was today able to announce the Nurse of the Year awardee, and she is Gloria Burgess, a 36-year veteran of the Bermuda nursing scene and currently maternal and family health supervisor for the health department. After supervising the proclamation ceremony, she spoke to VSB's Brian Darby.
I've been in nursing a little over than 35 years. Yes, quite a while, and I've worked in various segments within nursing.
In Bermuda?
Yes, in Bermuda, both at the King Edward Hospital as well as for the Ministry of Health.
So with all this talk now about we need more local nurses, you couldn't be a better example, could you?
That's quite right. Nursing is a profession that you can find a job anywhere in the world. And we do need lots of nurses. There are shortages in every area in the nursing field. And I would like to take this opportunity to encourage our young people, young men and women, because we do need male and female nurses. I would like to encourage them to consider nursing as a career. It's a very rewarding career, not without a challenge, but it's very rewarding at the end of the day.
Have you ever woken up in the morning and wondered if you were in the right career?
You know, there have been some very challenging days, and I have woken up and I have said, wow, will I ever finish the amount of work that I have to do? But when I look inside of myself and I realize the passion that I have for people, the wonderful team that I have to work with on my job, that's what propels me to get up and to go another day.
The rewards are something almost spiritual.
Yes, absolutely. They are very spiritually rewarding, and I would agree with that, definitely.
Calling all single people, that being never married, divorced, widowed, and unmarried couples, have we got an event for you. The climax to this weekend's island's first ever faith-driven singles conference. The Bishop of Bermuda, Nicholas Dill, will preside over what he jokingly calls a happy hour with an inspirational feeling on the Regency Terrace at the Fairmont Hamilton Princess. He goes into more details for VSB News.
Well, yes, there's going to be a sort of a kind of relaxed, informal service, for want of a better word, where we can come together and to think about, you know, where does God fit into this whole equation. I'll be speaking a little bit about how to find contentment in where we are, and how to find support, and being the right kind of person in that. So there'll be this special service at the end of the weekend. It's sunset, yes, between 6 and 8 on Sunday evening, and I'm looking forward to being a part of that very much.
Music attached to that?
There will be music. There will be, we've got someone playing a steel pan, and there'll be a variety of different selections, and so it'll be a sort of a happy hour with a spiritual dimension or something along those lines, with some, you know, I don't know, it's that kind of feel to it. Well, we hope so. Hope it'll be something that'll be helpful to people, and a way of saying, okay, here I am. Let's go forward from here. Let's thrive in the midst of life.
And for additional event details and tickets, you can visit the website www.bdatix.bm. Still ahead is Rachel with the weather preview.
Thanks, Selena. Winds light and variable at times. On the radar, nice and clear, so expect a dry and fine night. And please stay tuned for the full weather report as we take a look at the week ahead.
The weather radar picture provided courtesy of the Ministry of Transport on Vsb Tv 11.
Open 9 to 7, Monday to Saturday, on 41 Victoria Street in Hamilton, for your home appliance and hardware needs. Sears, washers and dryers, refrigerators and freezers, gas ovens and electric ranges, a large array of Craftsman tools and accessories, lawn and garden tools, fitness equipment, outdoor furniture, barbecue grills, and much, much more. Open 9 to 7, Monday to Saturday. Sears, bringing Bermuda the best variety at everyday low prices.
Are you paying more than one provider? More than you should? Why? Prepare to be wowed! Voice, long distance, high-speed internet, TV, and HD TV. One package, one stop, one customer care level. Excellent! One bill! Enjoy local and long-distance minutes, TV and HD TV, your choice of internet speed, and so much more. From only $184.99 monthly for everything.
For more information, visit wow.bm or call 292-1969.
And welcome back to VSB TV 11. Around 20 students gathered at the Excel Bermuda headquarters to learn more about a career in law. Various lawyers such as Jeffrey Fiala, who practices public civil and pot law, and Karen Williams, Seth K., who practices family law, were on hand to address the students and talk to them about what it takes to become a successful lawyer. Attorney General Mark Pettingill was also on hand and gave an impassionate speech on his experiences and the fact that to be successful, one must create themselves.
You got to do something. You got to achieve. You got to be in the paper. You know, you got to be at the prize presentation in school. You got to make a speech. You got to talk to me like Shamar just did, where I'm like, hey, switched on young guy. You didn't like that. I remember you. Not just me, but everybody else that's in a position like that will help you create yourself. If you just sit around thinking like, you know, this is going to happen, it's not. And we get stuck in this thing, especially in this country for some reason, where we think we're entitled. Like, people should be calling us up. There's nothing better than studying and working and training hard and getting that medal and getting that certificate. For me, it was getting the wig. Look at me. You know, Mr. Williams got that lovely head of hair. I need that wig, right? I needed it, right? I loved having that wig, right? I shaved my head when I was like 26. So I've been like this for a while. It was my look, you know? Right? I wanted that wig, man. I wanted that wig and that robe. And there was nothing, like, for me, like going down and getting fitted for that barrister's wig. I'll never forget that.
The Bermuda Philatelic Bureau looks like maintaining its international reputation for beautiful stamp issues with the release later this week of the Bluebird series, which commemorates the 60th birthday of the Audubon Society. Manager Stanley Taylor, having just scored a major success with his Garden Roses stamp series at the end of 2013, thinks the Bluebird collection will be equally popular here and abroad.
Well, for this month in particular, it's going to be our first one for 2014, is the Eastern Bluebird. When we designed that particular stamp, it was very interesting to find out why it's something that's unique to Bermuda. We're following along with the actual Audubon Society's anniversary as well, and why that was actually created. The Bluebird it's the only bird that it actually nests in Bermuda outside of the U.S. Bermuda is the only place that it actually nests and grows. So the death of the cedar tree was one of those things that at the end of the day you saw the decline in the birds actually, and then the introduction of other species as well. But it's been a very profitable and program that's worked with the bluebird boxes and things of that nature, so we thought it would be something very colorful that we could use to start our program there.
Do you still have an appeal to tourists, to other people overseas who still collect Bermuda stamps?
Most definitely. That's the number one priority in my mind when we do produce our stamps, is looking at something that's going to actually capture Bermuda and Bermuda's colors. There's this one thing, as many times as I've even traveled, I just love to come in. It's like the first time coming here, the beauty of our waters, the beauty of our scenery. And so the stamps actually capture a lot of that information for us.
It's almost like a million advertisements, isn't it?
It goes to a lot of places that people don't necessarily are able to get here, so we get people, even in our collectors base as far as Australia and Hong Kong, China, places like that, they actually collect our first day issues on a regular basis.
If you attended this past weekend's event, you were definitely financially inspired. Renowned personal finance expert Susie Orman, host of CNBC TV Susie Orman's Show, and best-selling author, took Bermuda by storm on the weekend when she flew in by corporate jet to deliver a well-received speech on getting rid of the shackles of debt. Brought to Bermuda by Colonial Pension Services, Ms. Orman congratulated the island on making it mandatory to contribute to a pension, but warned at the rise in credit card debt, which had already driven 50 million Americans into poverty. The poor are getting poorer, and the rich are getting richer, and the middle class is disappearing, and you do not want that to happen here, she said. Now here's a look at the daily markets presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets presented by Bias. Global equity markets surged with the Dow Industrials hitting a record high as stocks advanced in a broad rally spurred by strong corporate results and a positive economic outlook. North American indices advanced after internet and small cap shares rallied amid deal activity that boosted confidence in the world's largest economy. The Nasdaq increased 1.76% to 4,143. Bermuda-related stocks were mostly unchanged on the day. Excel Group advanced 1% to $32.36. Ascendant Group closed at $8 with 4,200 shares trading hands. Keytech Limited closed unchanged on the day at $4.95. 500 shares were traded. European indices advanced on the day. The German DAX climbed 1.26% to 9,702 on good sentiment as the market sees an economic pickup in Germany and the rest of Europe. The Hang Seng Index increased 1.82% to to 22,262 amid speculation China's policymakers will take steps to bolster equities. The Shanghai H index rose 2.08% to 2,053. Latin American indices rose on the day. Brazil's Vsb climbed the most among major equity benchmarks in Latin America as economists covering Brazil cut their inflation forecasts. Mexican Bolsa increased 0.89% to 42,011. Bond yields in the USA, UK, Germany, and Australia rose today. U.S. Treasuries fell as demand for haven assets was dampened before data this week forecast to show retail sales rose and housing stats increased at the fastest pace this year. The Japanese yen weakened against major currencies as Japan's current account surplus shrank. The U.S. dollar weakened versus sterling, Canadian dollar, and the Aussie dollar. That was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. People and Places is next after the break.
Price Right on Mill Reach offers you warehouse shopping for bulk and value price groceries, frozen foods and health and beauty items, home furnishings, dinnerware and carpets for your bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen, bikes, toys, and activity sets for kids, teens and tweens, electronics and home and audio-visual accessories. Visit Price Right. Always something new and always something for everyone. Open 9 to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sundays.
Bermuda is an easy way to find great discounts while discovering fun activities to do in Bermuda. Discover the best spas, restaurants, activities, services, and shops at 50% off. Sign up to Bermuda and start saving today.
Bermuda is me.
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 Bermuda is all of us. Happy Heritage Month from Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
And People and Places is next with Charles Webb.
People and Places with Charles Webb is brought to you by Big Savings Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Did you know that you could golf on the 17th hole of a Scottish course without leaving Bermuda? John Butcher and Hakeem Lundgren teamed up to design Bermuda Fun Golf in the Royal Naval Dockyard. And as a result, cross-continental golf becomes a very real possibility. Built on a waterside terrain, the facility is solar lit with ponds containing fish and lobster. And there's a delightful sunset terrace for watching the sun go down. In the future, there will be glow-in-the-dark golf, a feature designed to please avid potters.
Well, Bermuda Fun Golf is 18 holes of putting. It's 3 different sections. The first section is holes dedicated to Bermuda, 6 holes of our favorite holes from Bermuda, 6 from the U.S. and 6 from Scotland.
How would this appeal to, say, an accomplished golfer?
Well, this is our miniature putting course is skill rewarding. So those who haven't played before, it's very exciting for them, and those who are very experienced in golf will find it a true challenge.
When you say a challenge, I mean, okay, so when you say challenge, you mean from the water?
Oh, the whole 9 yards, including the water. The greens are fast here, and the terrain is very rough too.
You call it Bermuda Fun Golf. Is this meant to also appeal to children?
Bermuda Fun Golf appeals to all ages, anywhere from 4 years old to perhaps 104 years old. We like to call it fun golf because all we hear are laughs all the time and cheering and going. So that's why we love it as fun golf.
The terrain, I'm assuming this is AstroTurf.
Yes, it is. It is all AstroTurf. Even our bunkers are AstroTurf. We are situated on an acre of land. It's all covered in AstroTurf and with the ponds and the waterfall.
So what do you call these little white patches? They look like mink.
These are actually our bunkers, our sand bunkers.
So that is meant to represent sand.
It is representing sand. And if you get over to our Scottish holes, they are actually almost close to a foot high. So it's very difficult to get out if you get yourself into trouble too. And that's where the fun really starts.
The concept we actually developed about 10 years ago, and we tried to make something. Golf is a very, very popular sport, but it's limited to golfers. And we wanted to do something that would appeal to everybody. And this design we actually came up with by copying holes. The first course I built was in Scandinavia, and I got some local famous golf courses and picked the best holes there, and we used the same concept here, but we expanded it to the whole world.
So this concept is all over the world now?
Now we're seeing more and more courses. We were actually the first to build this type of course, and I'm proud to say that we have been named the best course in the world, so Bermuda can be proud of that.
The pride of Mid-Ocean, Port Royal, Sawgrass, Pine Valley, and even the iconic Glen Eagles are all represented as a tribute to some of the best golf courses in the world in miniature. And capping it off is the refreshment stand and bar, where a cheerful bartender produces delicious libations for thirsty players. I'm at the Augusta National, which is the 12th hole here, and it's interesting to note that every 6 holes leads you closer to the bar. Here with John Bircher at Bermuda Fun Golf for People and Places, I'm Charles Webb, Vsb News.
People and Places with Charles Webb has been brought to you by Big Savings Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Want for much more furniture? Then shop at Big Savings Zone. Their prices are guaranteed, not estimates. Have you ever ordered something online expecting it to be a certain price, but when it arrives, it ends up being a whole lot more? Beware of those unexpected hidden fees. That never happens at Big Savings Zone. Their prices include all charges landed in Bermuda, so there's no surprises when your order arrives. Why settle for imitations? Shop at Big Savings Zone at the end of Stocks Road, St. David's.
Hi, I'm Peter Javetic, host of Season to Taste. Tune in on Tuesday night during the Vsb Tv 11 News. I'll be preparing this lovely dish of tuna tartare, and find out from Neil what the Gosling's wine of the week is.
Tuesday during the Vsb TV 11 News.
Welcome back to Vsb TV 11. In sports tonight, Tyler Butterfield was crowned the Catlin National Triathlon Champion at Clearwater Beach yesterday, while Karen Smith successfully defended her women's title. Butterfield rounded the course in 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 49 seconds, almost 15 minutes ahead of 2013 winner Jonathan Ehring. Mark Robinson was third. Mike Sharp spoke with Butterfield moments after he crossed the finish line.
I came here and a lot of people were surprised. It has these I2 points, which are International Triathlon Union. We weren't 100%. We had to write the International Triathlon Union themselves to make sure the national champs had it.
And here it is. Here's your second place competitor.
And that was a big push for me to come. But I pushed really hard. I only have this race, one other race of this distance, and the Commonwealth Games.
So you get 45 points for this one, right?
This is 100 points. Winning the World Cup is around 400, so it's 25% of winning the World Cup. And my best ever in a World Cup is 4th. So winning a World Cup isn't really realistic. So the points are valuable here, but it's also the fact that it's the distance. I haven't done this distance very much, and I only have one other chance, which is the World Cup, to test it, and then it's the Commonwealth Games. So this is the first of 3 steps ending at the Commonwealth Games, so I only have one other chance to practice stuff. Yesterday, building my bike, I snapped a bolt. If that happened 4 weeks ago in Mexico, I wouldn't have been able to get it fixed. Here I know the bike shops, I could run around. So it really is testing everything. I think people were surprised how hard I pushed and kept pushing. But for me, it really is getting used to that uncomfortable feeling. You just sort of get comfortable with uncomfortable.
Taking yourself out of the comfort zone.
Exactly, just right on the line. If you go too uncomfortable too early, you're going to blow up. But you want to learn how to hold it. So I didn't take it easy at all today. Any time that I, around some of the U-turns, I'd see myself ease up, and I'd be like, in 4 weeks I won't be able to. In Com Games I won't be able to. So this really is a big race. I only do this distance 3 times this year, and this is one of them. The next one's the World Cup, and then come games. Also, in 2 weeks is May 24th. I won't really have much time to do another long, hard run. So this was 10K, which is basically half of May 24th, but it's at the end of the swim and a bike. So this was also a test for May 24th. For the second half of May 24th, I'm going to feel the same way. Your legs are getting a bit shaky and you just keep pushing. So yeah, today was 100%. That's me 100%.
Lori Orchard and Amber Mehta were second and third in the female division. The weather report is next after the break.
That should do it. Enjoy your new shower.
Experience the bold look of Kohler at a Kohler registered showroom.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend, and welcome to tonight's VSB weather forecast. We've got 2 weather shots for you today. The first taken by Josiah Eve, taken last night in Warwick. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful view from blue, the sunset. Gorgeous colors in the sky. You know, Sunday sometimes make me a little sad, but this was just so beautiful. And then today on Monday, see the next shot, absolutely gorgeous. It's looking like summer already. Beautiful blue skies, just a couple of clouds, mostly on the horizon. Footprints in the beach. Lucky man, Russell Eddy, to be out and about in the sunshine this afternoon on South Shore. Thank you, Josiah and Russell, for sending in these shots. Temperatures for today, we had a high of 76 at 11 in the morning and a low of 67 at 7 in the morning. Current conditions, 72 degrees, humidity 75%, winds variable 5 knots, and barometric pressure is falling slowly at 30.24 inches. Rainfall index for the month of May, 1.3 inches for a yearly total of 22.33. Yearly normal for the time, 19.71 inches. And looking at the satellite, a ridge of high pressure continues to extend over the area with predominantly light winds tonight and tomorrow. The tail end of a frontal boundary will pass the area Wednesday morning, increasing cloud coverage with a chance for a passing shower. Winds also become moderate for the rest of the forecast period. And taking a look at the gateway cities, Atlanta partly cloudy, 85. Boston mostly cloudy and 55. Charlotte partly cloudy, 87. London 63, light rain. Miami 85, mostly cloudy. New York 74, mostly cloudy. Orlando partly cloudy and 90. Philadelphia mostly cloudy, 82. Toronto light rain and 59. And Washington 89 degrees and partly cloudy. And back at home tonight, partly cloudy with a low near 67. Winds westerly 5 knots and becoming variable at times. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, becoming mostly cloudy overnight with a high near 74. Winds westerly 5 knots, then veering northwest and increasing to 5 to 10 knots, and then veering again northerly and increasing slightly again to 8 to 12 knots overnight. Marine tonight, no warnings. Seas inside the reef 0 to 1 foot. Seas outside the reef 2 to 3 feet. Sea surface temperature is 73 degrees. Marine tomorrow, seas inside the reef 0 to 1 foot. Seas outside the reef 2 to 3 feet. High tide will be at 8:11 in the morning, and low tide will be at 2:05 in the afternoon. And taking a look at the 5-day forecast. Wednesday, sunny breaks, a passing morning shower, the high near 73. Thursday, mix of sun and cloud, high near 73. Friday, sunny periods, high near 73. And Saturday, mix of sun and cloud with a high near 74. Thank you to Rob Howlett, our meteorologist for tonight, and Jeff Torgerson, and everyone at the Bermuda Weather Service. I'm Rachel Sodden. Have a great evening.
And we thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us at VSB TV 11. Good night, Bermuda.
Wardrobe and makeup for Rachel Sordin, provided by Gibbons Company.
Vsb TV 11, Bermuda.